All right, welcome back to another episode of the Small Business Impact, where we simply go around the United States and try to find one small business owner courageous enough to tell their story, tell their journey, and share it with us so that we could be inspired and learn the kind of impact that they might be having in the community. We have a treat for you today, and we certainly will get to that in a minute. But before we do, what do you think is the most important ingredient that a small business owner could use in their business? Is it money? Is it knowledge? Is it experience? What exactly do you think could be the most useful tool that a small business owner or aspiring small business owner could actually use to make their business successful? All right, so I'm going to share with you an article that I came across. It's a pretty old article, but it's useful nonetheless. It's with regard to whether or not money is a useful tool or the most important tool a small business owner could have. It's from Business Insider in March 22nd, 2019, and it says no, it's not money. The one thing that small business owners could use essentially. It was an interview done by the CEO of Cabbage. Cabbage is a firm that does micro to large small business loans for small business owners. And essentially, he wrote that the most important thing is self confidence, grit, and determination. Those are the things that drives the success of most small business owners. Do you agree? Do you necessarily think that money is the only resource that is important or pertinent for a small business owner? Or do you think that those elements are a key component in making a business successful? I would tend to agree because I've seen small business owners become successful, remarkably so, without ever being funded or seeking funding from the public. And if that's the case, you certainly the separation factor between a successful small business owner and ones who don't make it, especially those, let's say, for example, in the restaurant industry or industries that have certain turnovers that we're very familiar with. Those are the ones who make it are the ones who have that stick to itiveness, that grit, that determination, and that willingness to sacrifice those long nights and those hours and burn the night oil to make it work for them. So I'd encourage you to look into that. I'm gonna speak to one such lady today who I have known for years. She is a remarkable person, and she has always been a creative. Always been on the cutting edge of pretty much anything that is creative. She was responsible for putting together my wedding to my beautiful bride, and it was obviously it was a beautiful wedding. So she's always creative with these things, putting together events, putting together gifts, and like I said, she has had an impact on my life, and I want to share that impact with you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Miss Janet Plummer-Brown of Tenaj Elegance. Welcome, Miss Brown.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marlon. And thank you so much for inviting me here to chit chat with you about this very
You're most
important topic. Yeah.
Absolutely, you're most welcome. So as you know, our podcast, our small little podcast, is called Small Business Big Impact, primarily because we have tried our best to put a spotlight on small business owners who are not necessarily always celebrated in the public light, and we're just trying to give you a platform where you can share your successes, your trials, or just your journey with us. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Let me not steal your thunder, but tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you start? What do you do?
Okay. So I really appreciate the opportunity. So
Absolutely.
I started, I remember so clearly that I started realizing that I had this gift, and I think it's a gift that I got from God, who that at 16 years old I was able to have a surprise party for my parents' 25th anniversary. That was when it really bounced at me that this is something that I love to do. It's I love it with a passion. So I was able to invite guests. I created invitations. I got them out of the house. I got them back into the house dressed. The guests were there waiting on them. I cooked, I baked, I did all the uh, decorations and everything. And it was very successful. So that was my start. And that took me straight through high school. And it was really after I went to my 40th um, reunion that I they brought to my memory all the creative things, all the planning, all everything that we were supposed to get together to do celebrations or whatever event they would always call on me, which I really didn't remember. But it was brought to my attention and I'm like, okay, okay. So years later to now, this business has been my life. I was not able to do it full time initially because I had to, I was working, but I did it part time for about 15, 20 years. And when the company I work for, had closed its doors here in Florida, I decided what better way to just launch and get it done full time. So here I am.
Absolutely. So you've been a creative all your life, essentially. And what I heard from that story is that vision became real at your 40th, right? So what specifically kind of sparked that reality for you at your 40th? What
Uh,
was the aha moment for you?
I think it was just big. Even prior to that, people would always be reaching out to me. Janet, can
Hmm.
you come and do,
Right.
whenever they're having an event or a party, my name would always be called. I would always get a call. And everybody, it was like party after party, people would be um, sending references.
Right.
So referrals were always a part of my journey,
Right.
of
Right.
referrals.
So and you build up your clientele base to ensure that you could jump off and do it full time. That's
Right.
awesome.
Mhm.
So in a nutshell, what are services that Tenaj Elegance offers?
Okay, so we we do all events,
Hmm.
birthdays, weddings. I love weddings, of course.
Hmm.
We do
Yes, you do.
bar mitzvahs. We do quinceaneras,
Hmm.
funerals. We do memorial services, reunions. Just about every event we can
Hmm.
service.
And when you say you do it, you do the planning, the
We do the
execution,
planning, yes,
everything.
from top to
Okay.
bottom. We can do
All right.
everything from top to bottom, start to
Yeah.
finish in
Yeah.
all those events.
Now, as a business owner in such a place where you space where you have to create things, or maybe even recreate someone else's idea and bring it to life. Um, what are the biggest challenges that you face that you could possibly share with aspiring creatives as you are?
I think one of the challenges is well maybe the space
Hmm.
and the budget. Although
Hmm.
we work within everybody's budget,
Hmm.
the space is a challenge for us, but it's a good challenge, and we
Right.
always come out. Your dream is realized. We even add to to the to your dream, to
Right.
make it really, really successful. But that's part of the designing part of our company where we go in,
Hmm.
we look at the space, no space is really too small or too large. We can
Okay.
work with whatever space you give us. So that's the challenge. We get it
And
done.
and with the advent of for this new crisis that we're facing globally with the COVID-19, I can imagine that this area has been affected because we can't congregate as much as we used to. What kind of measures have you taken to kind of mitigate that
Okay, so
circumstance?
firstly, yes, our business have has been affected very, very large.
Hmm.
Um, One of the things that we found is that people still want to celebrate. People still want to
Absolutely.
get together. We have so
Yeah,
much to give thanks for anyway.
of
So we
course.
all
Yeah.
want to get together at some point. And of course, being locked away so for such a long time, people want to get out and do things. So, of
Sure.
course, we want to do it in a safe manner. We can still create that space for you, whether
Hmm.
by social distancing in a smaller unit. So it won't be such a big party, but we can
Right.
still create a space for you, for everybody to be safe. Because even though people want to celebrate, they still want to be safe. They still want to feel safe. So we
Right.
have that small gathering, social distancing, and we also have the Zoom
Right.
where we've started to do some events on Zoom, and it has
Good.
been good. Yeah,
Good.
we've been able to. People are
Good.
saying we need to do this again, so that's
Right.
a good sign that it's at least will work for now. Yeah.
These challenges tend to be the mother of invention. So I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure you're coming up with creative measures
Yes.
to make it beautiful for your guests. And I understand that there's a little birdie that told me that you have a product line as well that you're working on.
With the mask.
Yes.
Yes, we.
You weren't going to share that with us?
Yes, I was going to share. I was going to share. Yes,
Okay.
at the onset of this, we were like, okay, what can we do for the community at this time?
Hmm.
How can
Right.
we help in this area? So we started. I started making some masks for
Hmm.
my friends in the hospitals, and
Hmm.
then we branched out, and of course, the referrals came again, and everybody told everybody about us, and we started sewing masks at
Hmm.
a larger scale.
Right.
So we have the masks that we do, and we also um, do, some other little things. But since we're in this, we'll just stop right here. But there are some other services that we provide. But
Okay. Good. So what are these services?
okay, so we also do gift baskets, unique gift
Hmm.
baskets.
Hmm.
We do floral arrangements as well for all occasions. Birthday still. We do corsages for weddings. We go do corsages for funerals and so on.
Okay. Okay. How could we, if we wanted to, for the guests who are actually seeing the video here, do you have a product that you can show, a mask that you want to share with us? Put it on, maybe display it.
I'd have to get up. Let's see. Uh, Are you taking a break?
If
It's
you
not.
can't, that's
It's not
fine.
close by. I'm sorry. It's not
If
close
you
by.
can't, how
No,
do
wait.
we
I
reach
can show
out
you
to you?
something. One second.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay, this is one that I'm working on for a friend.
Very nice.
Yes, they
Very
wanted
nice.
some. Oh, there's my yeah. They wanted
Yeah. Prince.
some prints.
Some
So
that
we
is very
do
nice.
solids, and we have lots of African prints, very
Uh,
beautiful colors if you're a
uh,
colorful, exciting person. And we
yeah.
have the solids as well. We also do matching ties for the men. We have matching ties.
Good.
matching mask,
Okay.
and the pocket. The so you have your handkerchief
A
pocket,
handkerchief. Yeah.
right? The ties and the matching mask.
Wow.
That has
That I didn't know.
yes.
Yeah, that I didn't know. And are you do you have a shop online that we can order from? Is there a website that we can go to?
The website is under construction, soon to be out
Awesome.
soon. We are trying to get a product line on Etsy. So that's
Okay.
our
Good.
next move where
Good.
each products
And
the
and
product.
you're already taking orders even before you're online. So that's a good
Yes,
sign.
yes, yes. Lots of
That's a
orders.
good sign. Awesome.
I'm thinking of even trying to get somebody else to come in
Ooh,
to
wow.
help us with yes, it has.
Yeah, that's a good
Well,
problem to have.
we're gonna be in mass for a while, so I guess, it's
Right.
it's an ongoing project.
So what do you think is the biggest impact that you've had on the community? I'm gonna ask just a two-part question. What is it you think is the biggest impact you've had on your local community or your clients?
Just I think just letting them know I'm here for
Right.
whatever it is they need. I'm here
Right.
to help in any way. Um, we've had we've had to sometimes out of our pockets we've had to
Right.
help out in certain ways, and that's what
Right.
communities are,
Right.
and that's what we're here for, to serve.
Right.
So
And
that's
and
a great part in our product.
do you recall the second part of the question? Do you recall a client that had a huge impact on you
Uh, I have I the
over
Chamber of
here?
Commerce. Yes, of course. Yes,
But
of
go ahead.
course.
You're mentioning someone else, so it
Um,
apparently
I,
wasn't
I
me.
was, I was, I I actually I'm a part of the Chamber of Commerce in Tamarack.
Uh-huh.
I got signed up there in Tamarack, but they have really have been a source of inspiration. They have really been trying to
Good.
get everybody. The networking is wonderful.
Yeah.
And this morning we had a meeting, and just all those people who have signed up to be a part of the chamber have really been um they seek you out. If they hear anybody who needs a service, they're right there ready to say, go to my chamber member, or
Right.
talk to this person. And so we're getting to know each other and getting to know what we do. Each of us have a different role to play in the chamber, so
Right. That's awesome. And that's important to know that the small business is a community,
it
right?
is.
And you don't have to go at it alone.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what we're trying to foster here to try to encourage small business owners to be supportive of each other,
Yeah,
and just try to make sure that each one reach one, so to speak. No one is coming to save you. This life is 100% your responsibility. That's a quote that's on our Instagram page right now. So it's one of those principles we're trying to encourage, that we should be pulling ourselves up and not necessarily waiting
we
for
do.
a rescue from the government.
Hmm.
A rescue would be nice, but hey, we're
Hmm.
not gonna sit around and wait. We have clients to serve, as customers to serve, and we're gonna do our best and continue impacting our community. All right, so this is the section of our podcast that we kind of toss some questions at you that you may or may not have the answer to, but we're going to force you to answer anyway. All right, and it may or may not reveal a couple of things about you. Who knows? All right, you ready?
Here goes.
I got 5 questions for you.
Okay.
All right, what's your favorite thing in your closet right now?
Can I say shoes? No.
Shoes.
Can I say two
Okay.
things?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Absolutely.
I have a very um I have a pair of shoes that I so
Uh-huh.
love, and I
Uh-huh.
have a handbag that I so love.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Two pieces.
Knowing that you're creative, that's important for us to know that the next gift should be either a shoe or a handbag. All right.
No, I
I
have too
hope.
many shoes. No more.
Okay. Good. At least your husband will know not to buy
He
another
knows.
shoe, right?
He knows.
Okay. Good. All right. Describe yourself as a teenager in 3 words.
Mm, petite,
Mm-hmm.
creative,
Mm-hmm.
and loving.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I agree with all three. Um, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Uh, I think uh, I think that's the traffic and how some people operate on the street, on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the
Hmm.
blowing of the horn. It
Oh
drives me
yeah.
nuts. Somebody blowing
So
me or blowing,
okay. Uh-huh.
anybody.
Yeah.
Just the horn noise really gets to me.
So you'd rather live in the country somewhere where we don't have that much traffic, like on the
Uh,
countryside?
I love the country. I'd love the country,
Yeah.
but it's not so much the traffic, but the blowing of the horn thing,
Okay. All right.
when there's no need. Like you're in traffic and they're blowing to say move,
Right.
you're like,
Right.
okay, everybody's at a standstill. Why are you blowing?
Right. 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 All right. So question number 4. If I should give you the option to put one thing on your bucket list, what's that one thing would be? What would that one thing be?
Uh, I have, I would love to go, I would love to travel to Israel.
Oh, awesome. Why is
Yes.
that?
I've always been interested to find out, you know, the travels, the destinations of my Christ. I wanted to
Okay.
walk where he walked. I wanted to see when you read the Bible, for those of us who
Right.
there are all of these places still exist, and I'd love
Right.
to really
See
be
it
there.
come to life. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm there with you. That's on my bucket list as well. For the same reasons as well. Now, but I'm gonna ask you one question, but you can't say Christ.
Okay.
Who do you admire the most and why?
Uh, okay. I have so many people, really, including you, Marla.
Oh, all right. The check is in the mail.
Um, I think on the top of my list, I there's an evangelist called Ravi Zachariah.
Ravi Zachariah, yes.
Yes, and I got in touch with his ministry very late. I think
Hmm.
the same week that I was listening to him on YouTube, he
Hmm.
died the same week,
Right.
you know, and just the this quiet spirit that he has and the wisdom that comes out of his mouth just like that. I would
Right.
just love to sit with him and just listen to him all day all night, like when I'm
Oh,
sewing these masks. It was one of those nights because I've been sewing way into the wee hours of the morning, and I just
mhm.
listened to him the whole morning,
Right.
and that's somebody I really would have loved to have met.
Okay.
And I,
So I need one of those anointed masks then.
yes,
The inspired
yes,
masks.
yes.
All right. Is there anything that I didn't ask on this in this time with me, or is there something that you want to share with the audience that maybe I didn't cover?
Uh, I just wanted to add that, we have preferred vendors. There are vendors that we have worked with over the years that are
Mm-hmm.
highly recommended. So, we can supply all your needs with whatever event you're having.
Mm-hmm.
We have vendors, we have songs, we have musicians, we have
Mm-hmm.
DJs, we have caterers, you name it. We have bands that we work with, so we can anything that your heart's desire, we can supply that.
Right. So essentially, saying that whatever you can come up with, you will actually have the ability to source these things
That's
for your
right.
clients. Right.
Yes.
How do we reach out to you if we wanted to?
We have a Facebook page, Tenaj Elegance. We have
Hmm.
Instagram as well under the same name.
Hmm.
My number, shall I give you my number or
Absolutely.
it's 786-260-3411. And as I said, our website will be coming out soon, which we will also pass along when it's ready.
Okay. So let me just go ahead and show that it's 786 two
Two six
six zero 3411, and
correct.
we're talking to Janet Plummer from Tenaj Elegance. I have known her for decades, and I do mean decades. She was there when we got married. My wife and I got married, and she was a principal part of the whole wedding. And she is a person true and true, a friend true and true, a very warm spirit. You will get to know her if you should reach out to her and want her to be a part of whatever event you have. Culturally, it really doesn't matter. She says she does pretty much anything across the board. I've seen her done stuff that involves Hindu influences, religious influences such as Christian, Hebrew. It really doesn't matter. She does do it across the board. So feel free to reach out to her 786-260-3411, and I'm sure once she updates her website, we'll share that with you as well. All right.
Could I also give you my email address?
Sure, absolutely.
So it's Tenaj, Tenaj, Elegance, Elegance @gmail.com.
I'm gonna put that up as well.
Mhm.
Fat fingers typing. All right, there we go. Tenaj Elegance at Gmail, not
Mail.
Gmail,
Mhm.
gmail.com. All right, let's do that one more time. All right, no more fat fingers. All right, well, it was a pleasure speaking to you. I hope you much success, and I can't wait to see what's gonna become of your business in the next 5 to 10 years. I know that you have a wonderful spirit, and you're gonna continue to have a huge impact on the people that you come across. I know you have with me as well, on so many different levels, and I appreciate your friendship, and I look forward to your success.
Thank you so much, Marlon, and thank you for this opportunity. I really, really, really appreciate
Absolutely,
this.
absolutely. You have a good one.
You too. Bye.
All right, thanks.